Hi, it's Tamar doing the LXP Lived Experience Practitioner Discrimination Diaries, talking about the impact of discrimination from working in the lived experience practitioner professions. Just a quick one, I think. Impact the day, morning after the night before. Oh my god. Feeling absolutely horrendous this morning. What happened? Well, I don't know, where do I start? Obviously, I'm in the middle of grievance. Essentially, I've raised, I've been discriminated against, blah blah blah. I feel like I've been treated really badly, blah blah blah. Response back: we don't think we've discriminated against you. We don't think we've treated you really badly. Background is I suppose I felt comfortable enough to make, I don't know. One of the things I hadn't really thought about so much when I made the complaint is that I've done that and I'm kind of working within one area, and working in that area is temporary, and when I finish that piece of work I then have to go back to the other area that I was first in. Now, that area is the area where I faced the worst discrimination, the worst abuse, the worst treatment. But what you have to bear in mind is that hasn't been upheld. There's no discrimination. I haven't been treated badly. Everything's okay. I'm just mad. Obviously, I've just made stuff up, or I'm not believed, or whatever way you want to look at it, because it's all okay, there's no problem, etc., etc. And it hadn't hit me. It's only when people kept saying about temporary management and stuff, and I was thinking, hang on, what does that mean? And it's like, oh. And I just not yesterday, no, I just broke down. I couldn't stop sobbing. And my husband is like, he's worried. He's like, he's trying to get me to calm down and that. And I'm like, look, I'm just sad. Just let me cry. It's okay. It's healthy. I'm allowed to be upset, And I was getting frustrated because I was thinking, I just want to be upset, Actually, that's what I was saying inside. What I was thinking and what I was not saying was, I was just thinking, I don't want to be here anymore. I can't cope with this. It's like more and more insult to injury. I don't feel safe. I certainly don't feel safe at work. Imagine you bring up, this is stuff you've really experienced, and then people, you bring it up, and all the courage it takes to say this stuff, and then it's like it didn't happen, or it's not believed, or what have you. It's like, okay, it's not okay, obviously, and it impacts you, and you lose your health, and you lose so much, and then to add insult to injury, it's like, okay, right, now when you come back, you can be directly underneath. That abuse was okay, and you can be directly underneath where most of that came from. So yeah, could say I went a little bit Scooby-Doo. So, yeah, I kind of was feeling like, oh, I don't, yeah. I mean, we had, so been, obviously the first thing that, you know, the meeting a few weeks ago hadn't gone very well. Very well, obviously. My father-in-law's funeral, so I've been trying to not, you know, cause any more trouble than, you know, my husband. So what was I trying to say? Basically, my husband's family is going through enough without, you know, me, without me. So, you know, I'll try and behave myself. You know, so yeah, but yeah, so I don't know. So last night, I was in such a state that my husband got me to call the crisis team, and I'm not very good when you call crisis teams. I never know what to say on the phone. It's like, what do you say? It's like, oh, I'm upset. Like, I just feel like a knob. I never know what to say. And I always feel like they don't take you that seriously, and also because I don't know what to say. I feel like an idiot, you know. And it's only like, I was really upset, so I ended up howling down the phone and just sobbing. And I just handed the phone to my husband because I couldn't speak, and he ended up speaking to them, and then like 40 minutes later they appear with like Lorazepam to give me. I've never had that when I've called a crisis team ever. Shit, you know, I've been on my own and I felt like, told people I feel suicidal or something. No one's turned up like 40 minutes later with the right. Probably that's why. Probably it helps if you have someone at home to actually give you the stuff, you know. Yeah. But either way, I don't feel good. And I'm just like, you know how like you keep thinking, you know, when you're in a tunnel and you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but you know that the tunnel's end and you come out of them, you just have to wait, you know, and you'll come to the end of the tunnel, it'll be fine. But I think the problem is that, like, it's like I keep saying to people, like, they keep saying, oh, you know, you just, you're worrying about stuff and you don't know whether it'll happen or not, and I keep saying to people, no, because it's not about me worrying about stuff that isn't likely. I said, I've had 11 years of this. I said, and I've tried so hard, I've tried everything. You know, if I didn't worry about it, if I hadn't tried, then I couldn't really say that, you know, I couldn't, I'd have, if I'd just experienced that and not done anything, I'd have no excuse for the 11 years, would I? To say, oh, I've experienced that, you know, if I hadn't worried about it and done something about it. So, it's perfectly, it makes complete sense to be like in dread about the future and what I should do, because it's not a case of it passes. It hasn't passed for 11 years. It doesn't matter what I've done, it hasn't passed. You know, I've been very active, proactive, you know, very proactive, you know, and the worst thing is seeing how different it is for other people, like blatantly in front of my eyes. I think I think when you grow up and you're surrounded by deprivation, and that's what you see, and that's kind of what's normal. But then when you are working in different areas and you kind of see, I don't know, something different, and then what you see is that I don't know, when you see that actually you struggle for what is other people's normal. I mean, I'm just talking about like the educational side, you know. For me, I've had to struggle so much for that. And then when I see that actually, for me, because I'm me, you know, I'm not like a white middle class kid who's been sent to uni and had all the, you know, all the help from mum and dad and, you know, kind of all that support and, you know, that support and that love and all that stuff that means that you're sane and do you know what I mean? Instead I've got all that other stuff. It makes it a lot harder, and that basically you just can't get out of it. I don't know, but it makes it so hard. And people don't want you. They basically want to keep you in a cage, and they don't want you. And it's really hard. And it's really hard. It's like I feel like people effectively just trying to kill me at the moment. It's almost like, what else am I supposed to think? It's almost like I don't know. I mean, I can imagine like trying to push me out or something, but oh my god, like seriously, like, are you trying to put me in a coffin or something? What are you doing? You know, it's like an infinity loop. It just keeps going round and round and round, and nothing changes, and I can't change anything. You know, it's like a puzzle. I keep trying to solve it, and it don't do something different, and the fucking loop keeps going round. You know. Yeah. And what I've thought of is that, you know, the last time round when it's this piece of work that last time round pulled out all the stops to try and, you know, when it comes to like basically changing the structures and how we work with people with complex emotional needs, people like me. Last time round worked so hard to do that, and basically exactly the same thing happened. Exactly the same thing. Not it's, what I'm trying to say is not exactly the same actions, but you know, more or less exactly the same thing, and nothing changed, and you know, couldn't change anything. It's not my fault. It's bigger than me. But yeah, but what I am really scared about is going back and just you know, you can take so much, but Jesus Christ, I can't. No, it's just like, you know, it's just hearing things, it's just thinking nobody's hearing, nobody's listening. How can, it's like nobody, I don't know, all the things that I've ever said or communicated, it's like nobody's ever heard it. Or am I being gaslighted? Have people heard it and they've just chosen to either ignore it or not hear it, or they've heard it and they're telling me they haven't heard it? You know, I keep thinking, how can they be looking at me and seeing the impact of their actions, seeing me gradually getting torn apart, and heaping more and more stuff on me like this. I mean, like, you know, you'd have to be, like, you don't have to be Einstein to think, actually, there's been, like, you know, basic management, you know, if there's been, you know, kind of conflicts, it's probably not a good idea to have sort of a management. Do you know what I mean? A line of management. You know, if there's been I don't know. But what am I supposed to do? Like, I don't feel safe. I feel open to. I feel like I can be abused really easily. And it also doesn't matter if I'm abused. Like, it's okay. Because I can't tell anybody now, because I can be. Oh, shit. I will. I'll continue to say stuff, but what I mean is, like, I know it won't be listened to, I know. That's the difficult thing, it's the gaslighting, that's the worst thing. You know, I know that whatever I say or do won't be listened to. You know. And the problem is that when I speak to my on the health side, of course, what they're trying to do is trying to get me out of the whole catastrophizing side. But the problem is that there's kind of the catastrophizing side. There's not. It's not exactly there's not exactly. It's not like there isn't a precedent for it. Do you know what I mean? So you know, 'cause I keep saying to them, and even when people say, "Oh, you know, just this is like tearing you apart. Just leave and go and do something else." I'm like, yeah, but then I have to start all over again. All that work I've done, I've got to start all over again. And I'm, you know, I keep saying, like, you know, I'm not 16 anymore, I'm not 18 anymore, I'm not mid-20s, I'm not even mid-30s, you know. All these people that have made these decisions, they're fucking all about to retire. They're in their mid-50s, they're fucking rich white people who've got to the top of their professions. They can retire early, mid-50s, and they can swan off and go and do their consultancy or whatever they do once they retire from NHS. Basically, they're sorted. And they're about like 10 years older than me, and I'm in the position where I'm not even started. Do you know what I mean? So they're all in these like lofty positions, and they won't even pull the ladder down, even when they're at the top of the ladder and they're about to step off the ladder, and the ladder means fuck all to them anymore. They don't need the ladder. They could, you know, when you're at the top of the tree and you're about to step off, and you can turn around and just go fuck you, like, and you can like do what you want. People can say what they want before they head off, you know. People there, like people that are about to retire, you could do something to help as lived experience practitioners. Have they done anything? Fuck no. Nobody has. Like, and instead it's like just leave, and the legacy is leaving it so much harder, you know. It's like, my God, it's like the dinosaurs go and you've chosen a great big fucking valley for us to climb up. It's just not fucking fair, you know. So I don't know, I'm devastated. And I'm going to spend the fucking weekend on Lorazepam. And here's my husband with my medication.